A number of new MIDI features have been added to increase the integration between audio and MIDI within Pro Tools. Let's take a look at a few of them. The first feature is the ability to monitor a MIDI keyboard without having its track in record. In order to do this, simply go up to the Setups menu and choose Preferences. Choose the MIDI tab, and at the bottom you'll see a default through instrument. You can choose which particular instrument you'd like to hear when a track is not recorded, enabled, and you actually hit play. So let's go and choose Sample Cell 1 and hit Done. And you'll hear that although my track is not in record, we can still hear it. Another addition is the ability to put more than one track or one MIDI track into record. We can also choose the controller for that track or its input. In this case, let's pick PC88 as its input, and we'll pick PC88 as its output. So that particular keyboard can be playing and controlling itself. And on the second MIDI track, let's have this QS6 control sample cell. I'm going to actually just go ahead and record on one track, and let's So I've only recorded on one track. You'll notice it's actually very difficult to see those MIDI notes unless I zoom in very far. There's a new feature that allows us to highlight over a particular selection of notes, whether it's audio or MIDI, and hit the E key. And the E key will actually zoom in horizontally and make the track larger, so you can go in and adjust those notes, you can view them, and then it's a toggle, so if you hit the E key again, the track will go back to its original size. There's also another feature we've added under the Windows menu, and it is a MIDI track offsets window. And in this offsets, we can essentially offset a MIDI track so that Pro Tools will send out the MIDI data early or late. And we can enter an offset directly for this particular track. So 2,000 samples will send out that data late, or you can actually pick a negative offset. So if we pick negative 1,000, it will actually send out that MIDI data on MIDI 2 1,000 samples early. And this is caused, for instance, if your keyboard has a delay in its receiving end or inside of its keyboard, so that you can actually send out data and it will be in sync with the audio.